Welcome back. This is MDawg, fresh off our first trophy on this account. Looking at the Mosquito Cafe. So we've got this Ruff order, right? 6 over 70, but it's worth 60 silver. So is it worth going for? I don't know. We're going to say yes because I want to talk about something else. So this is a good time for me to just throw in some... oh, we don't want to do that. Can I not do anything? Yeah, there we go. Oh, we should just eat free food. All right. We're going to go for Ruff, I guess. We'll see. If we get 3 in the first night, we'll take that to mean... Is this our spot? Yeah, I bet this spot would work too, though. We'll take that to mean that there's a chance, right? They've got to be over 70, which is kind of asking a lot, but we're going to go for it. Let me get these in, and I'm going to talk about something else for a minute. All right, this one we're going to go back to Ruff Mix and red worms. Actually... Let's go size 20 with red worms. Let's see if that'll just like... Let's see if that'll just do it. Probably won't, but we're going to try it. I should just get another size 22 hook, shouldn't I? We know that that will give us the best chance of catching them. So I think we're at 6, 7, and 8 meters here in our rough spot. Okay, so I have 2 favorite hobbies. 1, 2, right? You know that video games, obviously, is probably one of them, right? The other one, which if you've watched a lot of my streams, you may have heard me talk about this before, but my other one is board games. I really like board games. Just finished playing a 2-player game with my wife that I want to tell you about. It is... So, first of all, just please, if you have no interest in board games, well, first of all, what's wrong with you? Just kidding. Second of all, maybe just skip forward a minute because I'm going to talk about board games for a second here. The game that I played with my wife, let's see if we can get a good view on this. It's literally called 7 Wonders Duel. If you've never heard of 7 Wonders... then stop what you're doing and, go to Amazon, look it up, 7 Wonders, number 7, and then Wonders board game, and put it on a wish list, or better yet, go to your local board game store and pick it up. It's phenomenal. So the thing about 7 Wonders is playtime is only like 30 to 40 minutes. Easily, comfortably plays up to 7 players without affecting the playtime because everyone's turn happens at the same time. It's got some neat strategic decisions without being so heavy that it's going to scare away. In other words, it's very accessible. Easily one of my top 10 board games of all time, merely because of how often we get it to the table. Anytime we're in bigger family situations, vacations, that kind of stuff. Easy to teach, still fun to play. It's that beautiful mixture of light enough that it's accessible, but it's got enough chunk strategy, decision making that you still feel like you're playing a board game. If you're a gamer, that at least you're getting that sort of feeling of I'm making important decisions and, choosing my strategy, and your strategy evolves based on... Anyway, 7 Wonders, fantastic game. Like I said, top 10 list for me, no question. Because I enjoy it, also because realistically it just gets to the table more than any other game. However, this is the first time I've played 7 Wonders Duel, the 2-player version of 7 Wonders. So 7 Wonders, for me, the sweet spot is like 5 players. 4 is still okay. I think you can still have fun with 3, but you really like... If it's just you and your, spouse or partner or whatever, Seven Wonders is not for you. If you don't ever have an opportunity to play with more people, if it's just two of you, go with Duel. I actually think I like Seven Wonders Duel even more than original Seven Wonders. I think the rules are even more elegant. The decision making is even more exciting. It is a take turn game, but there's only two of you. So, one person's turn right after the other. There's more direct interaction. Because one complaint that people would justifiably have with original Seven Wonders, especially if you're not using expansions, is there's not a lot of interaction. There's some, but not a lot. You can feel like you're sort of playing solitaire in Seven Wonders. It does matter what's going on with everybody else's civilization, but in Duel, there's more of that direct interacting with the other player. There's just two of you. And the tweaks on the rules from original Seven Wonders are, I think, just very elegant. I loved it. We've only played once. She beat me, of course. And I still just had a blast. Can't wait to get it to the table again. And it's nice, again, to have a two-player game. A lot of two-player games kind of feel like they end up getting really light. That's not always the case, but in a lot of times, two-player games can be really light or really one-dimensional, I think. There's definitely a lot of exceptions, obviously. There's some great two-player games, but this, what a game. Seven Wonders Duel, holy cow, can't wait to play it again. Okay, I'll be quiet. That's my board game minute there. Let me know in the comments, do you play board games? Do you like board games? Have you heard of Seven Wonders before? If all you know about is like Monopoly, if you're from America and all you know about is like Monopoly and, whatever, Life, Scrabble, when you think of board games, if those are the only things that come to mind, holy cow, there's a whole world out there that you don't know about that is infinitely better than what you do know about. If you're from Europe, you already know about it. I'm not telling you anything. The games that sort of got America headed in the right direction many years ago were when things like Catan started to come over, Carcassonne, right? Some of those early ones that it was like, whoa, hey, have you played this? This is interesting. Like, apparently in Europe, Germany and other places, they know how to make board games. So anyway, Board Game Geek, let your fingers do your searching on Google. There is a whole world out there that you may not know about that is phenomenal. So anyway, that's it. By the way, if this is enjoyable for you, I'll try to work in a little board game talk every once in a while. I got to go put this on the shelf because, it's got its own space over there on the shelf. It needs to get back to its home. Say goodbye. Bye-bye. Kind of messed up its spot, so I'm gonna have to fix that later, but it's fine for now. It's just sitting over there. It's happy. Okay, so back to fishing. Have we caught any? Just one Ruff. It wasn't big enough. Again, we'll see how it goes during the night. I mean, 60 silver, it's worth taking a chance here for this, right? Right? I don't know. It depends on if we succeed or not. If we don't succeed, it probably wasn't worth it. Because we could have made more silver on trophy crucian gibbles over across the lake there. But this will be fun. And again, I think I might, since we have that 5-day pass still active, we might purchase a couple spinner baits, maybe 1, 2, we'll see, and try to troll a little bit more. So we hope that by starting on Ruff early, obviously we're catching some crucian gibbles too, but by starting early, we hope we'll get like 1 or 2 in, early, and then maybe that'll help us over 2 nights actually get there to get to 6, but I don't know, we'll see. If we don't have 3 in this first night, forget it. Because we're actually here for not only the whole night, but a little bit of preemptive too. This is our last red worm, by the way. So we need to dig, or we need to go purchase some red worms. I do think red worms work really good, but... Alright, let's see if they're in stock. If they're not in stock, it's fine. We'll just use worms. We also should look at some of the weeklies to see if... helps us decide what... Yeah, we're not going to spend 100 silver on 300 red worm, because eventually we'll have plenty from digging, right? It's just going to take a little while to get there. That might be a reason to justify. Let's just put 1 point in harvesting baits. What's the harm? We're going to do 1 point. We'll get successful worms, maybe a few more red worms that way. Red worms are a nice bait to have, so we'll do it. We'll do it. Again, it's got to be over 70. So far, we're over. It is early, though. I mean, that's the one good thing about... It's okay that we haven't gotten any yet, I guess, because it's still early, but we need them to start coming in. Is that fish on? I think it is. Oh, please be a Ruff. Shoot. That would have been perfect. 72 gram Ruff. But it was a crucian. Alright, so let's look at Mosquito first of all. These are all time records. See if anything shows up interesting. So many people do float or bottom fishing here that actually lures don't show up a lot. Okay, here's an example. So if we're only going to get one Aquila, maybe we get the 003, because we know that at least at some point that was a pretty good fish was caught on that here. Where's the chub? Anything here? Oh, that's interesting. The 10. So we've got a vote for the 10 and a vote for the 3. I don't think we'll get both. All right, now let's look at weeklies on things like grayling. We can also look at ultralight weeklies. All right, here's a vote for the 8. I don't think overall that the 8 is one that normally stands out to me, but that is kind of interesting. None of these are cheap spinner baits. They're all expensive. What else should we look at? Maybe chub on ultralight? Man, maybe we just get a Spiker 18. That'll probably work everywhere, right? I mean, it's a big investment. Yeah, maybe the answer is just Spiker 18. It's twice as much. It's going to make me nervous pulling around Mosquito because we could hit a pike, but it's okay. We'll take a chance. Anything else we want to look at, though? Maybe the... not really sure. Eyed, maybe? Oh, look. Look, Aquila 1. But that's tuba. I mean, you know, we don't care about tuba necessarily, but... So maybe it's the 18. I bet that's one of the ones that's out of stock, though. Let's go check stock at Mosquito. That's not what we're going for. We're so close to level 11, aren't we? Which means we're one level away from at least potentially being able to go to either Old Berg or Belaya. We don't have the gear for Old Berg. We could mess around at Belaya, though, with our spinning rod, I guess. All right, let's dig and let's go check stock at the store. $14.1. We're getting there, baby. We are getting there. Spiker 18. I bet they won't have it. Spinners. Spiker. Ultralight Spiker 18 out of stock. So what about the Aquilas? Do they have the 1 and the 3? I kind of like the 3. Now, traditionally, I would tell you that the 5 and the 4 are also super good. Looks like the 8 recently has been popular, doesn't it? I'm leaning towards the 3. I'll think about it a little longer, but I'm leaning towards just trying out the 3. Any of those Achilles, I mean, typically they are pretty dang good and should work okay at Belaya, which is sort of the backup use that we want for it. All right, here's a potential. Yes. All right, there's 1. It's 20. Almost 20, 30. And we got our first one. All right, out of curiosity, let's go see. Let's go see. I just want to see how much that Ruff would sell for without the cafe order. I'm just curious. 3.6. It's just hard to make a living on Ruff without cafe orders. So that's why it's kind of sad. It's like if we can't make it, then we maybe could have made a little bit more silver, but we're still having fun, still leveling stuff up. And it's possible that a different Ruff order could pop later. You know, if we hold on to our smaller ones or whatever, we could still take that chance again too. So any non-markers, we probably just, or 5 of the non-markers, we just hold on to maybe. Maybe. Man, it just makes me want to do a freaking, like a board game podcast or something. I could never talk my wife into it, but I might be able to talk my kids into doing some, like, let's play videos. I'm really excited. We're starting a legacy game as a family, like the 4 of us. But I can't tell you about it yet because they haven't opened Christmas presents yet. But I am super excited. So once that happens, I think we'll open that present early. So probably by the, here, let me check what date that's going to be. Yeah, probably by the 28th. No, sorry. Probably by the 21st. This coming Tuesday. All right, I'm going to keep the middle one at 7, but I think I'm going to put this first one. I feel like the first one is slower than the other two. I'm going to put the first one at 8 instead of 6. So the clip right now is going to be 8, 7, 6 from left to right. Thought I picked it up too early, but we're good. I knew it was a marker, but I thought it was too small. We need to get that second one quickly to take the pressure off. Come on, second one. We need to dig up some red worms too. Hey, I guess the other thing... Oh, wait. Red worms aren't included in that bait tackle thing, are they? All right, there's 3 red worms in one dig. That's because we have that point in there. That probably would have just been 1 or maybe 2 red worms without the point, right? Does the bait tackle box have red worms? No. What a steal that would be if it had red worms, right? Because red worms often have stock issues for the smallest denomination. So that would be pretty cool. You're not a roof. I doubt you're going to be a rough either because it's nibbling too long. We'll see though. Did I call it or did I call it? Wait, 17 minutes, 17 fish? It's pretty good. Nice active spot here. The only good thing about me messing that bite up is that it wasn't a rough anyway. So, you know, we lose a 700 gram crucian carp, but we keep the bait in the water with the ground bait. Perhaps we get a rough on it now. We'll see. Okay, I also think this right side has the best bite rate. I'm wondering if it's somewhat directional. Like this first one has been so slow. Maybe we need to cast them a little bit more this way. Might be worth a try. Can't wait to see if you guys have any comments on board games. I'm so excited to see what y'all say. Alright, let's move this one a little bit to the right more. And I'll probably start switching them all a little bit more to the right than what they are now. Kind of move the direction they're sitting in. Just see what that does to the bite. Still only one. So immediately we do get Ruff in this direction. Is there a sneaky Ruff on right now that's not? Maybe not. I think I'll make some more quote unquote rough ground bait. Y'all remember the recipe we used? Crackers, bloodworm, because it's the closest thing to worm we can use right now. We could try maggots in it. Do we think that rough are gonna mind fly maggots? Like, I don't think so. And then once we can use chopped worm, like I think this would be the thing to use, but yeah, we'll try one with we'll do rough super with a little bit of fly maggots mixed in. Even though you don't usually use maggots to catch rough, I still don't think it's going to be offensive to them. All right, we're going to move everything slightly right. All right, this is actually Super rough. Super rough, man. Bloodworms, maggots, caramel. Nope, sunflower. And then this one is back to regular rough. Okay. Oh yeah, and we can switch 14.9. So which one is it that has the larger hook on it? Alright, it's not this one. Alright, so let's switch this one to rough mix, and let's put redworm on this one for now, since we did dig a few redworms successfully. And let's go get another hook. 22 hook is just more ideal for rough than the 20. It just is. So whichever one that's on, we'll switch it out. So we now have 3 22 hooks. I wish 24s were in stock, but since they're not, this will do. Yeah. Alright, so which size hook is this one? This is the bigger one. That's interesting, because this is also the rod that we... It's also the rod that we caught the one that was over 70 on, but I still think 22 is better. Alright, this one's got a fish on there. I'm going to take a quick bio break real quick here, since we've just thrown in all 3 rods. I think we're doing a little better now that we've rotated them slightly to the right here. Alright, BRB. Did I just leave that much slack in there, or is there a fish on? Whoa. Oh, can you only use full pieces of bread now to make bread? Interesting. Wonder when that change happened. A long time ago? Am I just out of the loop? Is that a bream? Hello? Well, that's foreshadowing. A little foreshadowing there. I'm starting to question the hook size thing. I know if we want like volume of Ruff, the 22s, 24s are the way to go. I'm wondering if we want to like try to sit on a really big one. If the larger hook is a better option. Might slow the rate down, but it might get us a little bit. Somebody just caught a trophy bream. Bet it wasn't here. I wonder. Especially with the red worm. I'm going to try it. We haven't had our second one yet. Like, I'm telling you, if we don't get a third by the end of this night, we're not even going for it the next night. We're not even going for it. So they're going to have to come in pretty hot and heavy here. I wonder how much it's hurting us not having red worms in. Man, that's interesting. Do we ever try mayfly or caddisfly? Do we think those would work here? Yeah, he is. So somebody in chat just caught a couple nice Ruff, and they're using 24, 22 as well. Mayfly or caddisfly? They don't have either one of them in stock, at least for cheap. Interesting. I don't know. Winding might, but it might not. Should check that, because those are really nice baits. If maybe bloodworm would work on the Ruff. Doubt it though. All right, I'm not thinking we're gonna do it. We're not gonna get it, so I think we abandon. Maybe if we had a bunch of red worms built up and we could just sit on 3 red worms, maybe our chances would go up a little bit. I don't know. But we're just not hitting them. Maybe if we had 24 size hooks, that might be like the sweet spot, and the larger ones would respond better. I just don't know, but it just feels like it's not going to happen on the 70 size. Not the best night. Now, if we had the smaller order, you know, even the one that has to be over 40 or 44, then you're okay. But for the big order, we're just not getting the big juicy ones enough right now. We probably ought to switch, when we're using ground bait, we probably ought to switch it to paternoster. Tell you what, we'll leave this in just while we go check out cafe and then maybe pick up that lure. Plenty of time left on that. And I have a feeling we'll spend a little bit of time on that crucian gibble spot again. So not a lot of good orders for us right now, though. Especially with us striking out on the Ruff. I'm going to go ahead and get it. That's a lot of silver. But we're now getting close enough to Belaya that we're going to want to have a lure like that for Belaya. And we'll make that 25 silver back, you know, pretty quickly once we're there. Got to be the 2000. Got to be the Spark 2000 to fit on that. Which I think is on this one. Guess we also need the line, huh? Okay, we'll try it. Let's give it a spin. We might have to relog for that mistake. Forgot that lure weighs more, so it went like flying. All right, give me 1 second. Okay, that was fun. I was trying to get out there early so we see if there's any such thing as a morning bite trolling at Mosquito. Let's see. See if we can do anything. We'll never make back the silver on that spinnerbait here, but at Belaya we might. Perch. Now what we should try with that Aquila is we should try going to winding and doing a little spin fishing with it. Just throw it around winding for a minute. See if we can get anything going there. At least that's a marker perch. Let's jump out of the boat real quick and dig. Of course, we have a fish on. Ooh, marker eyed. I like it. like it. We've had a couple of nice fish. Holy cow. It's got a good bite rate right now. Alright, I'm going to stop the trolling motor. We're pulling it in fine, but we don't want to be causing more pressure than we have to. Another eyed, another marker eyed. Beautiful. Let's just see if there's something on this. There is. Something very small. Whoa. We just threw this thing in and it's already... Okay, hold on. We're on to something here. What we're on to is it looks like there is morning bite. It's another eyed. I just love it when the eyed are like active on trolling mosquito. It's like good early fun. So, like right in this area here, F5, we hit some nice little fish. Overcast. This blue Aquila should be doing alright, I would think. We'll mosey on down here. We haven't really trolled. Ooh. Oh. Come on in. Oof. I'm going to stop the trolling motor. It's a tough fish. It's a decent perch. Not bad, huh? I mean, the real winner so far has been the Dragonfly Stream 2004, which you get for free when you start off. Maybe we should have tried a couple of different dragonflies, you know, those different variations of that lure on this body of water. This little 4-gram Aquila might have been better off getting a couple of, like, you know, 7-gram since we're trolling. Again, the dragonfly. Oh my goodness. This thing's putting the Aquila to shame. If nothing else, I love the quantity that we're catching, because it's helping us level up spin fishing. Alright, I'm switching this one out right now. We're going to try something else. We'll try the dragonfly bell, actually. See how that does. All right, let's stay right up here. Actually, let's find a spot where you can easily get out to dig. I think right here we can. Okay. We have not done too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 fish trolling Mosquito in just a few minutes. I like it. Might should pull through here again. We'll go a little farther up first though, then we'll come back that way. The later in the day we get, probably the slower the bite. That bell, so far, the bell has done nothing. That's a little chub, isn't it? So Drang is just letting me know that Bleak on winding 6 at 50 for 36. Can we get 6 that are 50 in the rest of this day if we went there right now? I don't know. It'd be close. I hate to see another failed cafe attempt. 6 at 50. I don't think we'd quite get there, personally. I think we'd have to do it the next morning, too. Which that would be a really long episode. But that's good to know. Alright, there's an eye. At least we've gotten a couple things on this bell. I think getting another color of the Dragonfly Stream 2 is the way to go, maybe. And those are cheap. Probably pick up one of those for 5 silver or something. Starting to get a headache from the screen. All right. I kind of want to go run and look at the cafe really quick. See where we are on that perch order. Because if we're like one off, I just don't remember what size it was. Oh crap, it's the big perch. Never mind. Yeah, never mind. Alright, so. Yeah, let's look at that lure. Do we want to troll a little bit more? Maybe? Where's the dragonfly? 2? This is what it is, right? And we have the 4. Why do we have a fish on? What else would we want to try here? Maybe the 1? It's 5 silver. Let's just try 1. Or the 7. Let's try the 1. Why do we have a fish on with just rods just sitting still off the boat? Interesting. It's off the bill. Hey, it's a nice little perch. Alright, let's try this. Just for a bit. Just for a bit. Alright, we're at an hour now. We'll go just a little bit longer, though. I mean, we're not going to do super good silver-wise. We've certainly spent more than we've made, or about the same, probably. But just not having good cafe orders and not being able to hit that rough one's going to slow us down a bit. It's that time of day, like bite rate's just going to be really bad. This is actually probably, we should be trying to target common roach right now. Try to catch a little bit of something. This is one thing about new Mosquito compared to old Mosquito. If you've been around a while, there used to be Mosquito Lake used to be very different than this. There's no doubt in my mind, at least, that new Mosquito is more fun to troll. With the eyed bite being a little more prevalent and it just being a larger space. I mean, the old Mosquito Lake was just so small. Trolling was just awkward. It's not bad now, though. I'm not sure it's ever gonna, like, set any records on, you know, being an efficient way to do much of anything, but it's fun, and it's an early chance to just kind of get out in the boat and see what trolling's like without having to spend too much silver. Have we caught anything on the yellow one yet? Yeah, we've caught one fish on the yellow one. Holy cow. Alright, so this one, until I get a feel for what's really going on with this fish, I'm going to keep the trolling motor on in case we need to chase it down. Just going to be doing circles around this fish for a minute. Oh, there it is. It's a decent little pike, isn't it? That's fun. That's why you're, that's, if there's a reason to troll Mosquito, that's it. Try to hit those 1 kilo pike, or eyed. Yes. Haven't even thought about putting leaders on. Would that help? It might. Might help a little bit. So this yellow one's doing okay. I mean, it's not a really, like, it's not a fair test in terms of comparing it to earlier in the day because the bite rate's so different. But even compared to this one right now, like, volume seems about the same. I think that's a pretty nice little rod and reel, by the way. I just kind of like the way it looks. For a 149 silver starter kit, I think it's pretty cool. Alright. Before we wrap it up, we're going to do something really quick. Just to get a feel for it. so that I'll know if it's something I might want to try in a future episode. Alright, I'm not going to keep any fish. Alright, 39 silver is all we made. Again, very slow episode in terms of silver, but we've had some fun. We went for it on Ruff. It just didn't work out. It's getting a little late in the day, but we should be able to get 2 or 3 casts in at least and see how active it feels. All right, so we want to do retrieval speed of, let's go 18. Let's just see what happens over here. No leader. Just gonna see. I should buy a map for winding. It's really annoying that I can't open up the map and show you where we're going. Let's be here. Let's be right here. I'm just gonna throw it. We can't throw it very far because it's not the right, kind of setup. But the lure is too light. We can throw it a little ways. Actually, it might get blown up, but we probably can cast it farther on this one, right? Yeah, a little bit. It was a lot farther, wasn't it? Might be worth trying a leader out here, though. See how that fish hit it on the drop? That's not unusual. It is a chub. It's kind of what we're trying to catch, are these chub. Now, if we hit a really big one, like, I don't even know that we'll get it in, but we'll see. See how this goes. See? Drop again. Hits it on the drop sometimes. Not usually, I mean, sometimes the first drop, but usually it's like if you reel it a little bit and then just sort of do a pregnant pause and then just keep it going. I also like to get the speed up and then stop and then keep going. Sometimes that'll do it. Or you can just do straight retrieval. Ignore all that. Ooh, right at the end. That perch came up and hit it. But I do think it's just not unusual to see it hit on the drop, right? First asp we've seen. Now, obviously, if we were going to be fishing here long, we would also put our feeders in. This is a great spot to feeder fish and spin fish from. All right, just so that we can feel like we've tried a couple things, let's put this guy out here and let's really cast it. Oh yeah. There we go. At least have a little more strength on this setup. Is that another asp? Yeah. Now you can use maggots out here, but normally what you want to use is grasshopper if you're really trying to hit these chub on feeders. So you can have 2 feeder lines out and be sitting here spin fishing. It's pretty good fun. At night, sometimes chub will still be pretty good at night on feeders. Also, you know, like white bream or other stuff might show up a little bit too. When they're active, honestly, like chub trophies are pretty accessible here. You don't have to work too hard for a chub trophy. Although with the strength of our setups, I'm not saying it would be easy to get in, but on a feeder, we'd probably get there eventually. Maybe. I don't know. As long as we don't let it run off the river. Okay. Still plenty of time on that bleak order. Oof, easy rough order too. Let's see what they're... I want to check something real quick here, and maybe also at... yeah, it's so expensive. Grasshoppers always are usually out of stock. What's the other thing that works? Not crickets. Horseflies. No. There's something else that works with the grasshoppers sometimes on the... Can't remember for sure though. On the chub. It's 5 silver. We'll take it. Let me double check Mosquito's grasshopper situation. Oh, I meant to look at the... Oh well, I'll remember to do it next time, hopefully. Check out the some of the other bait costs at Winding to see if they're in stock. But we're almost to Oldberg. Oldberg can sometimes be a little better on stock, but really what you're looking forward to is hitting Volkov. Once you hit the Volkov, now some stuff at Quarry is just more expensive, but Volkov is where you finally don't have to worry about stock anymore. What were we talking about? Grasshoppers. Yeah, it's just too much for grasshoppers. I mean, unless you're just really committed to wanting to go for... oh, they have flies in stock. I got to get a couple of stacks of flies. Just in case we want to do a bleak order at Winding. It's worth trying it. Because we can't make pearl barley yet. Yeah, it's totally worth it. What else could we try? Corn, but you get into like carp more often. Wheat seeds, we'll be able to craft those eventually. All right, cool. Get one more dig in. As always, appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching. I don't know. The most exciting thing about this episode, probably the board game talk. I mean, it was fun trolling though. I always enjoy that. It's like trying to discover like what's going on with the trolling, but I mean, we didn't hit anything great this episode, but still had fun nonetheless. I will see you next time. Tight lines, y'all. Tight lines.